Welcome to Tales and Travel Adventures. Let's visit Austria. Hello, my name is Mary Beth Reidner. I am a retired librarian. In 2008, I developed a program called Tales and Travel. This is the fourth in a series of programs adapting Tales and Travel for online use by groups or individuals. There are two ways to use this program. First, you can just listen and follow along as I read the narrative that accompanies each slide. Or, you or your partner can turn down the volume and use the controls to pause each screen so that you can read the narrative out loud yourself. You might also want to talk with your partner about what you are seeing or about any memories that come to mind. Austria is a largely mountainous country in Central Europe that is about the same size as the state of Maine. Located in the Alps, it is surrounded by Germany, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Italy, Switzerland, and the microstate of Liechtenstein. German is the official language. Let's set the mood for our trip by reading lines from this poem called Alpine Song, written by William Wetmore Story in the 1800s. With alpenstock and knapsack light, I wander o'er hill and valley. I climb the snow peak's flashing height and sleep in the sheltered chalet. Free in heart, happy and free, this is the summer life for me. The city's dust I leave behind for the keen, sweet air of the mountain, the grassy path by the wild rose lined, the gush of the living fountain. Free in heart, happy and free, this is the summer life for me. High above me snow clouds rise, in the early morning gleaming, and the patterned valley beneath me lies, softly in sunshine dreaming. Free in heart, happy and free, this is the summer life for me. The bells of wandering herds I list, chiming in upland meadows. How sweet they sound as I lie at rest, under the dark pine shadows. Glad in heart, happy and free, this is the summer life for me. Our trip to Austria begins with a stop in St. Wolfgang. It is a resort town nestled in the Alps on the shore of the Wolfgang Sea, or Wolfgang Lake. St. Wolfgang built the first church here in 976 AD. Our hotel looks a little like a chalet, as was mentioned in the poem. It's a warm summer's day, though, so let's spend a little time at the hotel's beach. We have early morning tickets to take the Cog Railway to the peak of Schafberg Mountain. After an easy stroll from the hotel, we'll take a 3.5-mile trip in this rail car up to an elevation of 5,850 feet. Oh no, we've reached the top, but we can see nothing but fog. This must be what it's like to be in a cloud. Oh, thank goodness, the fog is lifting. What an amazing sight! Look, there's another little town down below us. Here is a panoramic view of the Alps from the summit. There is Wolfgang Lake down in the valley. On the way down in the rail car, we'll see more amazing sights. Look at the color of the water. Here are the cows on the hillside that the poet told us about. We can almost hear their bells chiming. Let's wander the streets of St. Wolfgang. If we had more time, it might have been fun to ride in a horse-drawn wagon. They even have canopies to keep off the afternoon sun. Here is the famous White Horse Inn. It is the setting for a play and musical comedy of the same name. The songs from this operetta are very popular in Europe, just as the songs from the movie The Sound of Music are popular with American audiences. Let's head back to our hotel for an evening meal. We need to rest up for tomorrow's trip to the city of Salzburg, the fourth largest city in Austria. Our first stop in Salzburg is the famous Mirabell Palace and Gardens. First built in 1606, it has been rebuilt several times. It was last restored in 1818 after a fire. The Mirabell Gardens are as old as the palace itself. With colorful flowers laid out in geometric patterns, the gardens are one of the most popular tourist attractions in Salzburg. Famous scenes from the movie The Sound of Music were filmed in the Mirabell Gardens. The children sing the song Do, Re, Mi while standing on the steps shown on the left. They also dance around the Pegasus Fountain, shown here on the right. The Salzach River runs through Salzburg. We have to cross the river to get to the historic city center on the other side. To get there, we need to walk across the Marquardt footbridge, also known as the Lovelock Bridge. Lovers, hoping for a lasting relationship, attach padlocks to the chain-link fence and then throw the key into the river. Let's hope their wishes come true. Moving into the heart of the old city center, we encounter Grain Lane. It has been a central shopping street since medieval times. Notice the wrought iron shop signs that indicated the trade to which each shop owner belonged, such as a cobbler or jeweler. Now the street has high-end stores, such as Louis Vuitton. Just down the street, at number 9 Grain Lane, is the birthplace of the famous composer Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He was born in 1756 in an apartment on the 3rd floor. Built in the 12th century, the building is now a museum. Mozart lived here until age 17. Let's go inside and see where he first learned to play the violin and the harpsichord. This is the second house where the Mozart family lived. Destroyed during World War II, the building has been rebuilt and now houses a museum. Let's not forget to pick up some Mozartkugel, or Mozart chocolate balls, from one of the nearby vendors. These yummy layered chocolate balls were first created in 1890. We'll have to save them for later, though, as we are heading next to the Salzburg Cathedral. St. Rupert built a church here in 774 AD on old Roman ruins. The present Baroque-style Salzburg Cathedral is the result of several reconstructions. Unfortunately, preservation work is blocking our view of the exterior of the cathedral today. But we can see the famous column called Immaculate Mary that was finished in 1771. We also have a clear view of the fantastic central nave on the left and Mozart's baptismal font on the right. As we leave the cathedral, we walk out into Chapter Square, where we see the Hohensalzburg Fortress in the distance. If you look closely, you will see a man standing on top of the Golden Orb sculpture made in 2007. Also adjacent to the Salzburg Cathedral is another square called the Residenzplatz. Construction on this building, called the New Residence, began in 1588. The fountain in the foreground was built in the 1650s. It was also in a scene from the movie The Sound of Music. Let's stop for lunch before we do any more sightseeing. This looks like a delicious meal, complete with beer and a dessert. Lunch has fortified us, get the pun, so we have decided to climb up to the Hohensalzburg Fortress. Erected in 1077 and expanded around 1500, it's one of the largest medieval castles in Europe. There is an electric funicular that could take us to the top, but we want the exercise. Are you game to join us? If not, you could just look at my pictures. To save some time and energy, we'll take a shortcut through St. Peter's Cemetery. Ancient catacombs have been carved into the rock of the hill that we will be climbing. Beautiful views of the city below unfold as we start climbing up the twisting paved trail. Are we there yet? It won't be too much longer, I hope. We made it! The fantastic views of the city below us make it all worthwhile. Here is the view from the summit, looking in the other direction. This is what the inner courtyard of the fortress looks like. But look at those dark clouds. It's time to head back down before it rains. It will be easier going down, but I hope the steep paths are not slippery. I will be ready for a good night's sleep when we get back to the hotel after this busy day. There is a babbling brook behind my room at the hotel. Perhaps it will help to lull me to sleep tonight. We only have one more stop tomorrow. Our trip to Austria ends with a stroll through the charming little town of Mondsee. Mondsee is the home to the Basilica Minor St. Michael. The wedding scene in The Sound of Music was filmed here. On that romantic and magical note, let's leave Austria by singing the song Edelweiss from the 1965 movie The Sound of Music. The Edelweiss is a small white flower native to the Alps. I will play the melody on my flute, and you can sing along using the lyrics on the following screen. You sounded great! If you want to sing the song again, just rewind the recording back a little way. If you are using this program with someone else, the next screen will make some suggestions for starting a conversation about Austria. Here are some suggested topics for conversation. Have you ever visited Austria? Do you have any family or friends from Austria? What do you think of when you think of Austria? Mountains? Sports? Cities? Music? Food? Anything else? Here are some additional activities. I have 2 more ideas for fun things that you can find by searching the internet for free word search puzzles or searching the internet for free coloring pages. See the next 2 screens for examples. You are welcome to download and print this puzzle to play offline or share with friends using this link. If you are artistically inclined, you might enjoy finding free coloring pages online. Try doing a Google search with terms such as Free Coloring Pages, Austria. Then copy and paste an image into a word processing document and print it. Thank you for visiting Austria with me. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me at my email address. I would also appreciate it if you would take a moment to fill out a brief survey about the value of this program. This work can be freely used by anyone under the Creative Commons license shown here. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.